New tonight at 10, an agreement on a new tax bill, how it could help Minnesotans recover from the pandemic.
An agreement on a bill that State Senator Carla Nelson says will keep more money in Minnesotans' pockets. I'm KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon with the details as the state legislature meets for a special session.
And it was a sunny and warm day across the area, and I'm tracking more of that sunshine, but we also finally have some rain chances later on this week.
Splish Splash Summer Fun is back. Med City pools reopened today with a reservation system. A look at the first day of operations.
KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 10.
Thanks for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 10. I'm Katie Lang.
And I'm George Mallet. First tonight, as lawmakers meet to hammer out Minnesota's next two-year budget, State Senator Carla Nelson says an agreement has been reached on a new tax bill she believes will provide meaningful relief for Minnesotans.
KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon spoke with Nelson this afternoon, who also chairs the state Senate's tax committee. Now, what did she have to share with you today, Anthony?
Well, Katie, as Senate Tax Chair, Senator Nelson was deeply involved in negotiating this agreement with Governor Walz and House Democrats. She says Minnesotans should be thrilled with the bill, which aims to jumpstart the state's economy coming out of the pandemic. The bill ensures no Minnesotan will see their taxes increase, according to Senator Nelson, who adds it also certifies the state won't tax federal pandemic unemployment benefits up to $10,200 or PPP loans granted to businesses. A number of other provisions contribute to the $944 million in tax relief the bill is expected to provide, which Senator Nelson says will help keep more money in the hands of hardworking Minnesotans.
That is allowing Minnesotans to keep more of their hard-earned money. We know they know how to spend it better than the state government does. And we know that state government requires significant resources, but those resources are there.
And Senator Nelson tells me right now the state government is, quote, awash in cash from the federal government, and raising taxes right now would have been the exact wrong thing to do at the wrong time. Katie, George?
All right, thank you, Anthony.
Senator Nelson says the bill will make its way through the Minnesota legislature and to arrive at the governor's desk before the end of this month.
All right, on that note, let's take a live look right now at downtown Rochester on this Monday evening. The humidity has evaporated. The temperature is perfect. Dare I say it? Let's sleep with the windows open tonight.
I think 72 might be a little bit balmy for that, but it is nice out. I'll give you that. KIMT's Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White joining us now. Aaron, what can folks expect for the rest of their work week?
Well, as we go into tomorrow, we're going to see some more sunshine. I will say tonight is actually going to be on the cooler side, so you may actually want to consider opening up the windows as we head through tonight, as we see temperatures eventually down into the upper 50s for tomorrow morning. We're going to see more of that as we head into your Tuesday and your Wednesday. Today, though, it was another warm day. We had highs into the 80s, which is a bit above average. That average high 78 degrees, 84 the high in Rochester, 88 for Mason City. And as we look live, we still got 75 degrees this hour in Rochester, down already into the 60s though in Mason City, 66 degrees right now, but we are tracking some changes. We got more sunshine for your Tuesday and Wednesday. By Thursday and Friday, a little bit of a different story. We're going to see the chance for some showers and storms on Thursday and perhaps another chance over the weekend. I'll have a full check of that weekend forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Aaron. Well, after a week of being closed, Med City pools are back open to the public. The city's recreation supervisor, Ben Bolt, telling KIMT News 3 it was a great first day back, and the reservation system seems to be working out well. Both Silver Lake and Soldiers Field pools are operating at a limited capacity of 300 people. Around 5 o'clock this evening, I took a look to see how many spots were open on the reservation site online, and about 81 out of 300 spots were still open at Soldiers Field for this evening. Bolt is hopeful things continue going well. We asked him about the potential for crowding this weekend.
Always busier on the weekends. Those hot Saturday and Sundays can be very busy here, so we anticipate we'll be at capacity during the sessions on those days, but again, we think we've got a pretty good plan right now that we'll be able to handle the numbers that come in and be able to keep it that 300 patrons and be ready to go.
KIMT News 3 also caught up with some parents earlier today who say the reservation process was rather simple. Once they chose a 2-hour time slot, they're sent a QR code that they can use once they arrive at the pool.
Well, a set of recommendations aimed at improving diversity, equity, and inclusion was presented to Rochester City Council members this afternoon. Those recommendations include improving recruitment of diverse staff members, providing professional development on DEI for city teammates, and enhancing efforts to manage all community members. DEI Director Chow Mwatela says taking action to improve inequities can help the city earn the trust of marginalized communities.
We shouldn't ask our community to do work that we are not doing ourselves, right? We can't reflect what we are not ourselves. And we need to earn the trust of the marginalized communities by doing the work.
And data shows while nearly 94% of city staff is white, over 20% of the residents they serve are Black, Indigenous, and people of color.
After 4 years of construction, Mayo Clinic's hospitals in Austin and Albert Lea hit an important milestone. Today, members of the Chambers of Commerce in both communities held a ribbon-tying event to signify the uniting of the two locations. The Austin campus will hold more inpatient care units as well as the Family Birthing Center and medical and surgical care, while services like behavioral health and addiction will be concentrated in Albert Lea. Hospital CEO Mark Schote says the project was made to ensure efficient care in southern Minnesota communities.
We had great difficulty staffing and supporting a hospital in each community, both from physicians, nursing, and other staff that we needed. And we thought long term it would be difficult to continue that into the future. And so we wanted to have a plan that kept as much great health care as we could locally.
Some services like primary care clinic visits, outpatient surgeries, lab and radiology, and pregnancy care will be at both locations.
Dry conditions are impacting much more than just the water level. The Minnesota DNR's concern about area wildlife.
Plus, a painting party? Yeah, to prevent catalytic converter thefts here in the Med City.
And a North Iowa car dealership is speaking out about an increase in crime on the lot.
KIMT News 3 at 10, live from Rochester. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Katie Lang and George Mallet. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening now from your community. We are coverage you can count on.
University of Minnesota announcing that it will not require vaccinations for the upcoming school year.
Yeah, in a statement released today, the university said students, staff, faculty will not be required to show proof of vaccination to live, learn, work on campus or any university property for that matter. This comes after a survey found many at the university are already fully vaccinated. The university said from the start of the pandemic it rejected, quote, invasive and expensive mandatory testing protocols, instead embracing guidance from public health experts.
A Rochester man accused of stealing catalytic converters in North Iowa is pleading not guilty. This man is now charged with second-degree theft and second-degree criminal mischief. Sheriff's deputies say they arrested him after they found him removing catalytic converters from a home outside Lime Springs on May 7th. Court documents say 7 converters were recovered. His trial is scheduled to begin September 29th.
As these catalytic converter thefts keep plaguing our area, the Rochester Police Department's Community Action Team is teaming up with local businesses to prevent them. They're actually putting on a catalytic converter painting event. This is a look at the details. During this free event on Wednesday night, drivers can stop by 3 different oil change businesses here in Rochester to have their converter spray painted. A part marked with paint indicates to a scrap dealer that it's likely stolen. Over the winter, RPD received dozens of reports of stolen converters every month. Thieves steal the parts for the platinum, palladium, and rhodium, which can net hundreds of dollars. Aaron.
Thanks, George. Well, we are still looking at very dry conditions across much of the upper Midwest, but the good news is we have multiple chances for rain in the 7-day forecast, and a check of that 7-day forecast is coming up after the break.
We track storms to alert you first. This is KIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
We're joined now by KIMT Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White.
And Aaron, you know, I told you how I was clinging to leaving my windows open. Didn't want to turn the air conditioner on for the longest time. I've already turned it off. Windows are back open.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
you know, get that free AC.
Now, it's going to be nice tonight, right? I mean,
it's actually going to be nice. I mean, cooler than it would be in your house or apartment. We got temperatures down to the 50s for tonight, so not
Fantastic,
bad. We got more of that in the forecast. So good news on that. We got good news on our cooler temperatures. We got good news on the rain forecast as we head towards the end of the week. So a lot of positive things as we look at our 7-day forecast. But looking back at today, it was another warm day, not as warmer, as hot as it was last week. We had temperatures into the 80s, which is still above average by a few degrees. We had made it to 84 in Rochester. The warm spot, though, Mason City checking in at 88 degrees this afternoon, 84 in Austin, and 84 in Dodge Center. But now things are cooling off. We are, for the most part, into the 60s to lower 70s. We already got 67 in Osage, 66 in Mason City and Clear Lake. We got 72 for Austin and 66 in Owatonna. And looking live at Mason City, well, clear skies overall. So it is already a pretty comfortable night out there, and it's going to stay that way going through the overnight hours. We get clear skies, light winds, and our temperatures will be dropping down into the mid to upper 50s. And as we look live at Rochester, we got 74 degrees in downtown, into the upper 60s out of the airport, though, on the outskirts of town. And as we look at tomorrow morning, starting off the day, well, like I said, we got temperatures starting off in the upper 50s, sunshine, light winds. It's going to be another beautiful day as we'll see temperatures warming up slowly through the 60s, eventually into the upper 70s to right around 80 as we head into tomorrow. So if you may be taking the dog out for a walk, we got spots here with Colton. We got temperatures warming up into the 60s, eventually into the upper 70s to right around 80 for tomorrow. So like I said, a beautiful day coming our way for tomorrow on your Tuesday. But the other story is going to be the rain. We got that drought situation going on across much of the upper Midwest, from Wisconsin all the way through Iowa, Minnesota, and into the Dakotas. It gets even worse with more severe to extreme drought conditions up in North Dakota. So we need rain. And we're going to see that as we head towards about your Thursday. We're going to see this nice plume of moisture. Notice some of those dark greens showing up there right through our area. So that's going to help to fuel that chance for some showers and some thunderstorms by Thursday afternoon into Thursday night. So we may see some decent rainfall with that. We'll also have to watch for the chance for some strong to severe thunderstorms as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. But if we don't see too much in the way of rainfall on Thursday, we have yet another chance of rain arriving by Sunday and Monday of next week. So multiple chances throughout the 7-day forecast. So if you do have the garden, if you already have stuff planted out there, I would say water for the next few days for your Tuesday, Wednesday. But by Thursday, with that chance for some rain, probably won't have to worry too much about watering the garden, as we will see possibly some decent rainfall with that system coming through. No rain to worry about for tonight as we see clear skies, temperatures dropping down into the upper 50s, calling for a low near 57 degrees under a mostly clear sky. And then for tomorrow, sunshine returns. We got a high near 80 on your Tuesday. Maybe a few clouds out there. 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view, showing that heat returning and the humidity for your Thursday with that chance of thunderstorms and a high near 90. But by the weekend, Father's Day on Sunday, tracking a chance for rain, but a lot cooler, highs in the mid to upper 70s. Right. Not too bad.
Thanks, Aaron.
Sure thing.
Aaron. Well, this prolonged drought that Aaron referred to is devastating our rivers, lakes, and streams and hurting the wildlife, the fish living in those streams. That's according to Minnesota DNR. Craig Suppier with DNR says a lack of rain means low water levels and a lower oxygen level, and that can hurt the aquatic species there. Suppier tells KIMT News 3 he hasn't seen any fish kills of late, but the last time he saw them was in 2012 when we had a very similar drought to this.
We hope that we get some, just enough rain to keep things going, but certainly we can see some we could see some dead fish because of high water temperatures and drought conditions, certainly, especially in southern Minnesota where we have really shallow lakes.
Suppier goes on to say that one possible benefit of the dry conditions, though, it could kill invasive species such as carp.
Well, police say a woman is dead and 3 other people are injured after a car slammed into protesters in Minneapolis. Witnesses say the demonstrators were hit Sunday night when the SUV struck a parked car, tossing it into a crowd in the Uptown neighborhood. Police say the driver was taken into custody and is being treated for injuries. Police say drugs or alcohol may have been a factor. There have been protests in Uptown since June 3rd's fatal shooting of Winston Smith Jr., a black man who was killed by members of a federal task force.
A Rochester woman is facing a slew of charges after an incendiary weekend incident. Angela Spears was arrested this weekend at 602 Northern Hills Drive Northeast after a report of a fire there. Spears was not supposed to be there, and she had been asked to leave, and that's when police say she gathered a pile of clothes and set the stuff ablaze. She's also accused of using a bat to smash a mirror in the bathroom there. She was still there when police showed up, so she was promptly taken into custody. And after receiving medical attention, she's facing first-degree charges of arson, burglary, and property damage. Novavax, just the latest company to say its COVID vaccine's highly effective in slowing the spread of the virus. The latest, as experts say, a new variant could pose a threat here in the U.S.
Check. 1 second. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Hold on. Just setting up here. Getting ready to do the whole song and dance. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna need to get a little bit high.
We have some breaking news this evening at the Gates of Rochester apartment complex. There is a police presence at the complex in northwest Rochester.
KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon is there on the scene with what he's seen. Anthony.
Katie and George, right now we're seeing a large law enforcement presence here at the Gates of Rochester. Rochester Fire, Police, and Mayo Clinic Ambulance are on the scene. Now let me get out of the way and show you what's going on behind me. You can see this is gated off right here at the Gates of Rochester. There you can see one of these fire trucks as well as several police vehicles. We're not yet sure exactly what they are investigating, but we believe it might be in connection with some sort of shooting event. Now I can also tell you just down the road near the bridge that connects this street with Target, there's another set of law enforcement vehicles there right over Highway 52. We're working to get to the bottom of what's going on, and we'll bring you the latest developments as we learn them. Live in Rochester, Anthony Monzon, KIMT News 3.
Thanks, Anthony. Stay with KIMT online and on air for the latest on this developing story.